Hello, guys. How are you today? Okay, today we want to talk about addiction. And I know when you hear about addiction, the first thing that comes to your mind is what? Drug addiction. Okay, which is the most common addiction that we all know. It has the capacity to cause damage to our entire life and cause destruction. And we're all aware of what it can do. Probably most times just negative destructions and what have you. But there are other dimensions to addiction that literally we don't pay attention to. And those are some of the things I want to discuss with you today. Okay, today I want to discuss with you four different dimensions to addiction. There are many of them, but four main ones that literally has to do with our life, who we become, what we will become, our goals, our aspiration, and in the fulfillment of our destiny. Okay, without wasting much of your time, let's go into it. Number one is living a fake life. So many people have become addicted to living a fake life because of what? What they want to get from people. Believing that it is commonly said that when you lie to people, they believe you on time. But when you tell them the truth, they ask more questions. They want to do more findings because you are telling them the truth. So this has led a lot of people into living a fake life. Okay? Fake life in terms of how they package themselves, trying to blow up themselves before people, trying to let people know what they are not that they are. Okay, and they have become so addicted to it that that's just the way they have been living their life for many years, and somehow they have been sustaining themselves. Okay, but when I look at people who live fake life, they cannot tell you they are being fulfilled or they are happy with themselves, because at one point in their journey of life they will be experiencing a downfall. They usually don't experience an upward trend of achievement in life, because the people you are packaging yourself for, it won't be long before they will discover that this person is just lying to me. This person has just been giving me false information, because you can't sustain it. When you tell a lie today, you will need another lie to protect the one you told yesterday. And then you will need another lie to continue to maintain whatever it is, information, false information you are putting out there. Okay, this doesn't work. And then many a times, because of the nature of who we are, we tend to forget ourselves. We tend to forget some of the things we said yesterday. We don't remember. And because we usually may not be able to remember all that we have said yesterday to somebody, you may need to give a counterfeit of the information you give that person for today. And then the one whom you are telling will not forget. And before you know it, you will discover that the information you are providing or supplying is not hard enough. I say this person is just living a fake life. And before you know it, they want to withdraw whatever assistance they want to have for you. And because you are addicted to it, you won't care to make amend. And before you know it, you miss one opportunity, you miss the other opportunity, you miss another opportunity. And before you know it, 1 decade of your lifetime has gone by in committing error just because you are addicted to living a fake life. Making correction is practically difficult for you because you are addicted to that lifestyle. Okay, this is not good, and this is something you need to stop as soon as possible. People who live a fake life, okay, they could have 5,000, for instance, in their entire life, both home and in the bank. Okay, with that 5,000, they could buy a top just to look good outside, and then they will drink garri inside. But however, that cannot be sustained, and that is the simple truth. They don't care. But when you discover that it is difficult for you to make amend, that means you are addicted to such lifestyle, and it doesn't help at all. People will not want to associate with you for a long time. You lose tangible friends, you lose valuable friends, you will lose them over time. And then before you know it, people like that, many times they complain that, oh, they don't have anybody to care for them, to help them, and so on and so forth. And that's why, but you need to look inward and see the lifestyle in which you are addicted to that has not been helping you over time. That is very, very important. Number two type of addiction is when you are addicted to a special type of food and drink. Most of the time, these are things that literally your body doesn't need, and then you are addicted to them. You find it difficult not to consume them each time. Some on a daily basis, some every 2 days, some a week must not pass by. They must have taken this food. Many a times, like I said, these are substances that actually, literally, medically, your body does not need them. When you are addicted to them, they have the tendency to cause huge damage and destruction to your life. Some have visited the doctor for one ailment or the other, and the doctor have told them that I said, this, avoid that. But most of the time, the things that the doctor said you should avoid are the things that practically you find it difficult to let go of. Why? Because you are addicted to them. Almost on a daily basis, you must consume them. They are special type of food and drink, and you know it that you are addicted to this type of food and drink. Not because of anything, because they are not because they are healthy, but just because you have been eating it over a long period of time and you are used to it. Leaving it practically is difficult. Okay, you need to desist from it. You need to find a way around it to avoid taking them, because over time it won't be long before this special food and drink will cause destruction to your body. Okay, I've seen and I've met with several people whom the doctor have asked them to stay away from this particular type of food, this particular type of drink, and avoid them. But they just say, when you hear people saying something must kill a man, when you hear them saying such statements, they are addicted to that type of food and drink. And that's why they cannot avoid taking this special food and special drink each time they long for it. Each time, the desire comes to consume this special food and special drink. Okay? If you find yourself in that category, it is not too late. If you are watching this video, you can still take a turn around. You can still take a U-turn, okay, and do something about it. Talk to somebody, and before you know it, this has the capacity. When you avoid it, the danger of it, you can prevent it. Now, number three is the desire to be the most successful in your circle. We all have circle of friends and family, okay? Irrespective of at what capacity. Some have them in a large number, some have them moderately, some have them very few. But there's nobody who does not have circle of friends and family. But when you discover that there are people who literally have the desire to be the most successful in the circle of their friends and family, and you have become addicted to it, what you do is that you use that way of lifestyle to hurt others. Okay? People like that, they just want to work with you based on what they can get from you. They want to work with you to use you to achieve their goal. People like that usually find it difficult to assist others to succeed in one thing or the other. When you go to them, you can be helping them to achieve their own. When it's your turn, you see that they give excuses, flimsy excuses, just because why? They don't want you to be successful more than them. And it won't be long before you see that when people like that, when those in their circle discover them, they begin to do what? To give them space. And that's why people like that don't keep a long-term friends. Okay? We all have long-term friends. What comes about long-term friends is that the moment you guys become friends, it could be a family member, it could be non-family member. The moment you guys become close, you discover that when you take a stock about your journey together in the last 5 years, you'll see, since I met this person, he or she has exposed me to one or two opportunities that has transformed my life positively. You want to keep such person. You want to maintain relationship with such person. Okay? But if such person is the type who only desire to succeed more than you, it won't be long before you realize, and then you begin to dissociate yourself from such person. Okay, now there are people who are addicted to this lifestyle. They just want it that they are the only one who succeed better. When they give you advice, they give you advice that will make you not to be successful than them, but they will package it as though they are interested in your progress. It's a lie. I've met a lot of people like that. Okay, now if you are in this category, you need to watch it and take a U-turn and desist from it. In fact, there's this general saying that we rise by lifting others. It is 100% true. When you help others, the people you are helping to grow, to achieve success, to be successful today, in turn, may be the people who are going to lift you up beyond your expectation. Okay? Have you not heard of a student, a pupil in the primary school years back, whose teacher usually cares for him so much, and then that child grew up and becomes successful. And when the child becomes successful, coincidentally, fate and destiny brought him back with his primary school teacher. And then all of a sudden, the child, there was one I heard of, that this particular child, who has now become adult and married and successful in his career, bought a whole building where the teacher was a tenant. Okay, the owner of the house wanted to sell the house and decided to chase all the tenants away. On hearing, the former student saw it in the news and quickly moved in and bought the house and give it to the teacher, who happens to be a tenant in the house, from tenant to become the owner of the house. Can you see now? We rise by lifting others. There are many stories around this ideal concept. Okay, so people who desire that they should be the only one who succeed more than every other person in their circle with this type of addiction, in turn, after many years, you will realize that they are the one who usually record the lowest amount of success in life among the people in such circle. They record the lowest amount because their intentions are not pure, because their intentions are not genuine. Therefore, it doesn't take time before every other person in their circle begin to discover and then begin to do what? Give him or her space. And then they look for more relationship that will help them to succeed better and fulfill their desire. Okay, this doesn't help at all. In my former video, why it is important that you must not fail in your quest for success, please go and watch that video. There are a lot of information in this regard there that will help you. Number 4 is lack of desire for change. Okay, there are people whom the moment anything that will bring about change is introduced to them, they usually don't like it. They resist it with all their might. They prefer what they are doing, and that's what they want to do for as long as they have the capacity, the power, and the ability to do it. Now, by now, you should all know that change is the only constant thing in life. Whether you do it by process or it will happen by force, no human being on earth can avoid change time to time. In fact, there is a research work that says that our entire life, our fortune, in terms of success and achievement, exposure to opportunity, there are changes to this regard every 13 years of our lives. There was a research I read that submit in that regard. Okay, so whether you like it, some people are so addicted to doing the same thing and they are willing to do it forever. And when you see people like that, they usually don't fail and they don't pass. They are always on the same spot for many years. You go 20 years and come back and meet them. It is that same thing they are still doing. Because why? They usually have a resistance towards change. You introduce anything that will bring about positive change to them. No. Their reaction is always resentive. They don't want it. They will prefer rather introduce them to things that will make them to keep doing what they are doing continuously. they are okay with it. You know why? They usually have fear. If I leave this one, what if that one does not succeed? What am I coming back to do again? That's usually their fear. What will I come back and meet? Okay, so they usually have resistance to anything that will bring about change. So they lack desire for change. They don't want it at all, and they are addicted to it. People like that, you may need to do a lot to convince them. You may need to forcefully convince them. You may need to forcefully make them to do what literally they don't like or they don't want to do, provided you have the power. Because it is not everybody that can easily be convinced. Okay? Now, how do you tell somebody who has been stealing all his entire life and has been achieving success by stealing? How do you tell that person to stop stealing? Okay? So, there is also this general saying that you can't keep doing the same thing and expect different results, especially when you need to change your result. You must change your tactics, your strategies, your ideas have to change, your approach has to change, your structures have to change, a lot of things have to change. Don't be too addicted to the fact that you don't like anything that will bring about change. This addiction usually doesn't bring about great result. It doesn't bring about the desired result, the desired achievement, the success you have envisioned, the goals you have set to achieve. This ideology, this lifestyle doesn't bring about such goals. Okay? So any idea that will bring about positive change, it is always good to embrace it. And because why? To bring about the result that we all desire. Number 5 is sex addiction. Okay, this is not where we'll discuss about sex addiction. It will be in the next video because it's a whole discussion on its own. Okay, so I want to encourage you to subscribe, click the notification button, like this video, comment and share. And then when I post the next video on sex addiction, you will be the first to be notified. Okay, the discussion around it is interesting and you don't want to miss it. Okay, now what are the dangers of these addictions? Okay, addiction generally, the result of it is not always positive. In many occasions, the result of it is always what? Negative. And that's why anything you discover you are addicted to, it is better you do what? You find a way around it and begin to desire change and apply any step, action that will bring about change. Okay? Being addicted to something doesn't bring a different result. It will continue to bring the same result. And many a times, the results in the long run are destructive. They are not palatable at all. Okay? Especially if you are somebody who desires to be successful more than probably the background you are coming from. You must ensure and time to time keep yourself under check that you are not addicted to something that will not allow you, to have or achieve your desired goal. It is very, very dangerous to be addicted to anything whatsoever. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video where we'll discuss about sex addiction. It's going to be interesting. Please, one more time, click the subscription button and the notification button. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.